Ruslana Korshunova, the stunningly beautiful model who frequently graced the covers of high fashion magazines, jumped to her death from the window of her ninth-floor luxury apartment in New York's financial district yesterday.
You're 20 years old. You're on the cover of Vogue. You have millions of dollars. The world is at your feet. Then one day, you're gone. Just like that. No warning, no goodbye. This is the haunting story of Ruslana Korshunova, the supermodel who had everything, but lost it all to something far more sinister than anyone could imagine. What I'm about to tell you will shock you. It involves mind control, a dangerous cult, and a death that still doesn't make sense 16 years later. Stay with me, because this story gets darker than you think. Let's go back to where it all began. Kazakhstan, 1987. A little girl named Ruslana Korshunova is born in a small apartment in Almaty. She's not dreaming of fashion shows or photo shoots. She's writing poetry. She's reading books. She speaks 3 languages: Russian, English, and German. Her notebooks are filled with verses, not fashion dreams. Her father dies when she's young, leaving just her mom, and her older brother. Ruslana is shy, quiet, the kind of girl who'd rather stay home with a book than go to parties. Modeling. It wasn't even on her radar. But fate had other plans. At 15, she's just escorting a friend to the airport. Nothing special, just a normal day. Then a modeling scout sees her. Those piercing green eyes, that flowing hair that seemed to go on forever. He couldn't look away, and just like that, everything changed. One photo shoot turned into a contract with IMG, one of the biggest modeling agencies in the world. The shy girl who wrote poems was suddenly on planes to Paris, posing for the biggest names in fashion. What happened next was like something out of a movie. Dior wanted her, Vera Wang wanted her, Marc Jacobs wanted her. By 17, she was everywhere. Magazine covers, TV commercials, runways across the globe. They called her the Russian Rapunzel because of her incredibly long, beautiful hair. From the outside, it looked perfect, the fairy tale we all dream of. A regular girl becomes a supermodel overnight. Money, fame, travel, luxury. But here's what nobody talks about: the dark side that was eating her alive. The modeling world isn't what you see in the movies. It's brutal. You're judged by inches, by the shape of your cheekbones, by numbers on a scale. Agents treat you like a product, not a person. If you don't fit the exact look they want, they tell you to starve until you do. Imagine being 17 years old and having your worth measured by how skinny you can get. Having grown men yell at you if you're not perfect. Being told you're not good enough day after day until you start to believe it. Ruslana, with her soft voice and poet's heart, was thrown into a world that demanded steel. She once said in an interview that she felt like she was losing herself. Always performing, always perfect. The money and lights came at a cost, and that cost was slowly destroying her. Then came love, or what she thought was love. Ruslana fell for Artem Perchinok, an older, wealthy businessman who had a thing for dating models. To everyone watching, it looked like another fairy tale. Private jets, expensive gifts, romantic getaways to tropical islands. She was living the dream, and he made her feel like the star of it. But when it ended, something inside Ruslana shattered. Her social media changed completely. Gone were the glamorous photos and happy posts. Instead, she wrote cryptic messages about being lost, about trying to find herself. Friends started to worry. She became distant, quiet, like a light had gone out inside her. This wasn't just heartbreak. This was the beginning of something much worse, and what happened next would seal her fate. Here's where the story takes a truly sinister turn. After her breakup, Ruslana got involved with something called Rose of the World in Moscow. On paper, it looked harmless. Just a self-help group, personal development seminars, the kind of thing hurt people join to feel better about themselves. But Rose of the World wasn't what it seemed. It was a cult, a dangerous, manipulative organization with roots in controversial American groups designed to break people down completely. A journalist named Peter Palmer went undercover to see what really happened in these meetings. What he found was horrifying. People were forced to confess their deepest, darkest secrets in front of strangers. There was screaming, crying, public humiliation. Some people collapsed under the pressure. Participants were told they were typical victims. They were blamed for their own pain, stripped of their identity, and rebuilt to serve the group. For someone like Ruslana, already fragile, already searching for answers, it was the perfect trap. And once it caught her, it didn't let go. Over the next 2 months, Ruslana wasn't just attending classes, she was being systematically destroyed. Friends said she changed completely. She was agitated all the time. She second-guessed everything she did. She apologized constantly for tiny things, being late to a photo shoot, not smiling enough on camera. She blamed herself for everything that went wrong. She got thinner. She looked tired all the time. Those green eyes that once lit up entire runways lost their spark. She was disappearing right in front of everyone, and nobody knew how to stop it. Her Instagram became haunting. No more glamorous travel photos or behind-the-scenes selfies, just cryptic, desperate messages. Lost in the mirror, trying to find the real me. Does the soul weigh anything? She was crying for help in plain sight, and nobody understood the language she was speaking. June 27, 2008. Ruslana meets with her ex-boyfriend one last time. Nobody knows exactly what happened in that meeting, but something changed in her that day. That night, she walked into a Manhattan hair salon and asked for something drastic. Her long flowing hair, her Rapunzel hair, her identity in the fashion world was chopped short. The stylist would later say she seemed nervous, scattered, like she was shedding more than just hair. She was shedding herself. Then came June 28, 2008. Around 2:30 in the afternoon, Ruslana's body was found in the courtyard of a building on Water Street in Manhattan. Not her own building, a neighboring one. She had fallen 9 floors. It looked like suicide, but nothing about it made sense. Here's what doesn't add up. There was a safety net installed specifically to prevent jumps like this, but it had been cut, slashed deliberately. Who did that? When? Why? There was no suicide note, no history of mental illness, no drugs in her system. That morning, she had called a friend and sounded completely normal. How did she get into that other building? Why did she choose that exact spot? Everything felt staged, almost too clean. Police ruled it suicide, but her mother never believed it. Her friends never believed it. And then, a year later, something else happened that made everyone question everything. Another young model named Anastasia Drozdova jumped to her death. Same cult, same eerie pattern, same mysterious circumstances. 2 beautiful young women, both involved with Rose of the World, both dead within a year of each other. Both ruled suicides, but with questions that were never answered. Was Ruslana murdered? Did the cult drive her to suicide? Was she so broken by their manipulation that she couldn't see another way out? We may never know the full truth, but what we do know is this. Rose of the World wasn't just a self-help group. It was a machine designed to break people down completely. Public shaming, forced confessions, emotional torture disguised as healing. For someone like Ruslana, already vulnerable from heartbreak, already struggling with the pressures of fame, it was poison. Maybe she jumped. Maybe she was pushed. Maybe she was so destroyed by what they did to her mind that she couldn't tell the difference anymore. What we know for sure is that a brilliant, beautiful, talented young woman is gone. A girl who wrote poetry and spoke 3 languages. A girl who never asked for fame but handled it with grace until something evil got its claws into her. What do you think really happened to Ruslana? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story affected you like it affected me, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories that matter. Because some stories are too important to forget.